So, glad to see you again. I'm trying not to die from pain right now. It's that time of the month. I'm not pregnant. I'm glad. So, I'm kind of celebrating not being pregnant. That's good. That's good. I'm dying from pain. Painkillers does not work as strong as I want them to work. As well as I want them to work. Yeah. So, to distract myself from dying, to distract myself a little, I'm gonna do thing I remember to do now, because if I don't do that now, I'm not gonna remember to do that later. What? I'm gonna do some valentine. What the fuck? Brain, work, please. Господи. I want to do some little valentine cards for my friends. And not only friends, but mostly for friends. For the Valentine's Day. What? But, as I usually do, there's a twist. I think hearts, it's kind of not my style, you know what I'm talking about. Как вот, ну, give everyone a little heart, like as it's supposed to be on a St. Valentine's Day. It's not really my style, so I'm gonna do that my way. And as you can imagine, what I'm gonna do, what Nika gonna do, of course Nika gonna do mushrooms. So my idea of the Valentine gifts this year, it's little fatter mushrooms. And also, I got tiny magnets. And I'm gonna sew them inside so they can wear it as a pin or something like that. Because I love gifts to be practical. I don't like things what makes just for looks, you know, like, yeah, it's beautiful, but it's gonna die somewhere in the store. No one gonna remember about it. What? So, yes, let's do that. To help myself decide on shape and pattern I'm gonna make, I put on most of my mushroom jewelry. They are handmade, and I just now realized I don't have a mushroom ring, but I don't wear rings at all, so I don't think I need it. What have I come to? I was just thinking about some basic shapes, and right now for me these two looks the most practical and most pretty. This one the most easier to make, but it just looks boring. And I'm thinking about spots, because I'm gonna make stitches, and I think it looks very cool. Then I have like red velvet and white stitches on it, and I can decide, should I do separate spots and stitch the same color as a base, or should I do stitches pop out on a base, so the spots gonna be the stitches. What? But I really like that shape. I love the skirt. It's what, like the best feature of this mushroom for me. Also, I have a base for the umbrella. Someone told me how it calls right, but I forgot again. For this part. And this for the stand. Все, I can't speak. No, whatever. And also, in case if I'm not gonna make magnets. What the fuck? I have a base for pins and I can stitch it to the base in different sizes. Yes, and what? I can decide how big they must be, like how comfortable it's gonna be to wear, like. But if I'm gonna put the magnet, so it must be kind of small. But these pins, like, it's the same size as that one, this one. So should I do like the almost the same size? I think I'm gonna try, but I have only one sheet of that, so I have limited time, limited. Yeah, I can speak. Все, короче,
Because Amber used to show us the scales when she weighed in, not every time, but a lot of the time. However, recently with her weigh-ins, she hadn't been showing us the scales at all. Maybe she just couldn't be bothered to film them, or maybe she was lying. Amber told us she was actually binging more than ever while on Weight Watchers, so she wasn't sure if she was going to continue to do it in the future. However, for now, she was sticking with it. It had now been a few months since Amber started at her job, and her feet were still hurting her. She had tried wearing a comfier pair of shoes, but remarkably that didn't help. She just needed time to actually get used to moving, and she needed to lose some weight, which she was doing, apparently. And her boss, for some reason, wanted Amber to do some more training to get a promotion and have more responsibility. I mean, what could go wrong?
I stabbed myself.
In the first couple of months of her relationship with Destiny, Amber couldn't have been happier. But it was now starting to see.
Instead of few minutes, this part took few hours because I had several breaks to just lay down and wait until I can stand up again. But I have all my parts already cut out, and I realized I can't sit down here more and stitch it, so I'm gonna just use a hot glue as usual. Yeah. I made 2 of each. Let's see how it's gonna look. And I still have a question, like how I'm gonna make a spots, because this material too sheer. I thought it's gonna be more stable. I forgot the right word. So I don't want to cut out like small pieces for white dots. Maybe I'm gonna use acrylic paint to just draw them on. They should have been worried for their health. Both had been gaining weight ever since they became a couple, even though Amber denied Destiny had put any weight on. But their unhealthy lifestyle was not the only thing they should have been concerned about. There was a tornado warning in the area, and sadly for Amber, she had to work. That meant she had to leave her 2 babies, Wasabi and 20, at home to be scared by themselves. Amber was extremely worried for both her babies, but what else could she do? She had to work. If only she had been a volunteer, or perhaps even
YouTube thought would gain more subscribers and more attention. But if she was struggling with a couple of negative comments so early on, how would she handle even more negative comments the bigger her channel became? She still wasn't up to 2,000 subscribers at this point, and already the comments seemed to be way too much for her to handle. Amber giving up being a vegan definitely brought in a few extra negative comments, more than she was used to getting. But Amber, if she thought she could blog her whole life and never hear anything bad, was very much mistaken. The majority of the comments she didn't like weren't cruel either. Of course, some were, but the vast majority of the negative ones simply questioned Amber's effort, or lack of effort, especially with her attempt at becoming a vegan. Anyone even remotely questioning Amber, well, Amber didn't like it. There were plenty of YouTubers who received much harsher comments than Amber, YouTubers who were really hated. Amber had annoyed some with her lack of effort with being a vegan, and with the extra negative comments Amber was receiving, she was now extra aware of her behaviour and the things she said, and she was trying to be as careful as she could not to upset any of her viewers. But even with being extra careful, Amber couldn't help upset some. Second guessing everything she said and did, and preemptively apologising for things was not a good way to live. Surely, if she carried on this type of behaviour, it would start to drive her mad. Amber wanted to prove to people just how nice she was, so the comments would be more positive. She showed us the fake message she left in a card for Destiny's mother. She would join in on pranks on Destiny's dad to show how fun she was. She was just making sure we knew that she was an overall good person. She also showed us how many books she was reading as well, claiming to be obsessed. It was almost as if to say, I may not.
I tried to put them together, and I'm glad I did couple of everything, because this one needs to be stitched. It needs additional details. Like, this part must be detailed. This one pretty on its own, the best version. Need to do more of them. What? And this one I must change the pattern. This part looks ridiculous, so I think I should combine this and this part and make a stem separate. But right now I'm too lazy to do so, so someone gonna get these two. My younger brother, for example. What? And I found some half beads, half spheres, and I'm thinking to make a dots out of them. But they're kinda too small, but maybe... Nah, they're too small. They must be bigger. So I'm gonna think about it more. What? I was excited about this part because I need few of Valentine's cards to be a Valentine's card, and I'm gonna hide a little heart in here so you can see it. Then you're looking from the front, but you know it's here. Вот, все. Так что I'm gonna fix some things and I'm gonna go back.
Do well being left alone. She wouldn't do anything productive. Instead, would just make Snapchat videos and focus on all the negative things people would say about her. Amber wanted to inspire, but whenever she spoke, nothing positive came out of her mouth. It was 40% her talking about why her life was hard, 50% talking about the trolls, and 10% her saying the word literally. But life seemed to get a little easier when people told her how much they loved her.
I'm literally such a baby tonight. Like, Destiny left again, and I got this long Snapchat. It was just so sweet because I people like really enjoy my videos and can relate to me, like, means so freaking much.
Whenever Amber would be left alone,
So that's the final result. I personally like them a lot. I was not expecting that from prototypes, but they are cute. And I'm definitely gonna make few more closer to date. This is my Valentine's card this year. I hope I'm gonna manage to fill them on friends somewhere, I don't know. Magnets turns out to be too weak, so they're all pins for clothes. What? Thanks for watching. Happy Valentine's Days, I guess. What?